For lunch today, I thought I'd make some uh, burritos, and one of the ingredients is taco sauce, which I didn't have on hand. So I figured I'd make it from scratch. Found a recipe on the internet, and let me show you how I'm gonna make it. So we got pretty simple ingredients. The recipe called for a 16-ounce can of tomato sauce. I didn't have, but I got a 14.5-ounce can or so of diced tomatoes, so that's what I'll be using. So I'm gonna add that to it, and I'm gonna go ahead and blend it up really well till it becomes a sauce. Now I'm gonna go ahead and add all my seasonings to my food processor, and then I'll put it on the stove to cook after. So it just get everything blended up, really well. So here's what I'm gonna add to it. I'm gonna add some vinegar, and I'll have all the measurements in the ingredients. We're gonna add some cumin, and this is the rest of the seasonings. We basically got some onion powder, garlic powder, salt, chili powder, paprika, sugar, and cayenne pepper. I'll add all that to it, and I will go ahead and just pulse it and get everything really well combined. And once you get it blended up really well, I'll probably add a little water to it when I start cooking it, but for right now I'm not going to add any water to it. So now we'll go ahead and get this transferred to a pot on the stove. And at this point, we'll go ahead and put our fire on a medium-low heat. Go ahead and add our sauce to our pot. And we're going to cook this for about 20 minutes or until the sauce will thicken a little bit. And I do have a little bit of water that I may or may not add to it. Beans, I used the whole can of tomatoes and blended them. They had more water than sauce. So I may not add any water, but just add water if you want to, or don't add it. Up to you. Make it however thick you want. Well, there you go. Everything's cooked. That was about 20 minutes. And I'll cook this a little further when I make my burrito. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and put the cover on it and just let it sit on the stove till I'm ready for it. Well, for lunch today, I'm making some traditional beef burritos. Simple ingredients. Let me show you what I'm using here. And for the ingredients, I'm using some this 4-cheese Mexican blend. I got my Mission carb balance. These are the 10-inch wraps. I got 1 cup of onion, 2 cloves of garlic, minced. That's here. We got some 2 teaspoons of chili powder and 1 teaspoon of cumin, which is there. Here's my ground chuck that I actually ground myself. We got a half a cup of my homemade taco sauce, and we got I'm gonna use 16 ounces of the refried black beans. This is 20 ounces, and basically a little bit sour cream, and that's pretty much it. So let's go ahead and get the ground beef cooked first. And first things first, we'll go ahead and get our ground meat browned. Should take about 10 minutes or so, and we'll get rid of any grease if there's too much in it, but it shouldn't be. Just I cut some of the fat off to make it kind of lean, so shouldn't have to drain it. But we'll see when we get to that point. Like I said, cook it until the meat's done. All right, it's been about 7 minutes, and got quite a bit of grease, so I'm gonna go ahead and strain this with my strainer, and then I'll get ready for the next step. All right, at this point we'll go ahead and add our onions and garlic, and here's our spices to it. We're going to add that to it. Just give that a little stir. Go ahead and add our taco sauce to it as well, and I may add a little water to it. Like I said, I left my taco sauce when I made it pretty thick. Like I can always add water now to it. And we'll let this cook for about, I'm going to do about, I guess about 10 minutes, because I want to get my onions pretty much translucent. And I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of water. And just add water as you need. We're going to have a little gravy to it. Now we're going to go ahead and assemble, I'm only making 2 of them, but this recipe should make 6 10-inch tacos. Tortilla shells, I guess we'll call them. So the first thing we'll do is add some refried beans. We're going to use a third of a cup, and maybe a little less, a little bit more. Get your oven preheated as well, and I'll go ahead and measure out a third of a cup. So let me get that done, and we'll put this on the bottom here, and leave about a 1-inch space, and that ain't gotta be perfect, about like that. Now we'll go ahead and measure out the same amount of our ground beef here. So let me get that done, and we'll set that just like that across it, like such. Now we're gonna go ahead and put about 1 cup of some sour cream, and just kind of spread it out a little bit across the top, best you can, about like that. And we're gonna add 1/4 of a cup of our Mexican 4-cheese blend. You really don't have to measure it, but I'm kind of following the directions, so I'm kind of make it the way it says. That's pretty much it. And one more thing I'm gonna add to it. The recipe don't call for it, but this is some diced green chilies. I'm gonna add just a little bit on top, just to kind of give it a little heat. And that's pretty much it. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and roll it up, and we'll see what we got. And basically, we just kind of come up like this with it. Then we're gonna fold in our sides like such. Then we're gonna go ahead and make a little wrap here, like such. So there's one, and I'm gonna go ahead and make one more. I'm gonna use some this olive oil by Pam. I'm just kind of spray my pan here. Then we'll put our burritos, and you want to make sure you kind of coat them there. That's pretty much it. I will go ahead and pop this in the oven, 375 degrees. And I'll go ahead and put them in the oven, and we're gonna do it at 375. I'm gonna do about 7 minutes, then I'm gonna turn them in 7 minutes. And it should be done. Just wanna get a little brown on top of them. Burritos are done, at least good enough for me. Top got a little brown on them. And like I said, I'm only gonna eat one. I'm gonna probably freeze the other one. That way, when I'm ready for another one, all I gotta do is warm it up a little bit. And I'm gonna just save my ground meat. That way I can make it from scratch later on if I want to. So that's how we look. Let me go ahead and cut it, and we'll see how the inside looks. And I'm gonna just kind of cut it like this. Like I said, these are the low carb wraps I used. That way it's a little healthier. Ooh, yeah. That's gonna be good. Looks very good. And the actual the salad is just lettuce, tomatoes, some of those diced green chilies, avocado, and I put a little bit of the ground meat mixture on top. And I'll probably put maybe a little, I don't know, Italian dressing or something. But yeah, that's gonna be my lunch today. And like I said, I'm gonna just freeze the other one. Well, let's go ahead and give it a taste and see what we got. If it ain't too hot. It'd be hard to bite this big old thing here. Let's see what we got. The salt's good in it. And you really didn't have to stuff it that much. I mean, you could have used definitely less of the beans and less of the ground meat. And if I make them again, that's probably what I'll end up doing. I'll just use less. But yeah, that's how it looks on the inside. Very good. Well, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed my video, please subscribe to my channel and hit the like button. Thanks.